If you are a whoa, what was that? Sorry, but I'm not going to edit that out. If you are a SoFi shareholder, SoFi baby, woohoo! Oh man, welcome. If you are new, I keep things here very real. I'm a real person, retail trader, investor, and I am a raging SoFi bull, a long-time investor in SoFi since February of 2024 when nobody wanted this stock. And well, our fearless leader has came through. Yes! 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 Oh man. Oh, you should be revved up, especially if you're a SoFi shareholder, right? Anthony Noto has came through with a purchase. He recently did a YouTube interview with two other retail YouTube channels, Tanner and Tevis. I did make a video talking about it a couple weeks ago, and he stated in the video that if there's no accusation in sight for SoFi, then he is going to be able to buy shares. And 6 months ago, he ended up doing a, don't quote me on this, I always get this one messed up, but he ended up kind of like making a bet or lending out his shares for the future, and he was in a 6-month locked up window. Anthony Noto came through yesterday with a big boy buy. Note to self, and also anyone watching, Anthony Noto does not make like an outrageous amount of money from being the CEO of SoFi. Yes, the guy is worth a lot of money, and I believe he has over $200 million worth invested in SoFi as pretty much shares that he owns. So this is his own money. It is a P for purchase. Anthony Noto ended up purchasing 50 hold on one second, I need to make sure my eyes are see me correctly. Oh boy, what is wrong with my eyeballs? Okay, here we go. Amount 56,000 shares. 56,000 shares at a price of $17.88. That is about $1 million. $1 million. Hold on, 56,000. Just gotta double check this really quickly. $1,001,280 to be exact. That is a very, very big boy buy. Now, Anthony Noto previously has been purchasing shares in 200,000 here and there, another 200,000. I believe this is probably his maybe 4th or 5th time actually purchasing over 7 figures worth of shares. And he's been buying SoFi shares when it was down in the dumpster, when nobody wanted it, in the $4, $5, $6. I was buying with him in the $7 range. And it pretty much sent some pretty good vibes among retail community of SoFi investors out there. I am a trader, but I am not trading SoFi by all means. If you are a SoFi bull, you're going to be getting a lot of investor information from this YouTube channel. So if you enjoy my content, definitely please smash the like button and also subscribe for more future content. I keep things real. And as a retail investor, I feel extremely good, extremely bullish. Not to mention, Anthony Noto is now averaging up on all his low shares. And that tells you that the guy knows the stock is undervalued. He knows the stock is going to go higher over the long term. And he knows that people that actually can trust the management team to deliver, which they have been, they're going to be just fine. I know that I am personally going to be just fine, even though that my positions of SoFi has been very much hit tremendously. I have two profiles. I have a public profile for this YouTube channel, which I'll get to momentarily, and I also have a private profile. My private profile of SoFi And yes, today actually I did buy some more stock. Wrong screenshot that I put up here. I bought some Robinhood shares and also another AMD share. I'll get to that momentarily. There we go. My average on SoFi is $7.41. I own 1,642 shares on my private account. I was up a couple months ago by over 300%. Oh, Nightmare, why didn't you sell? Because I'm playing SoFi for the next decade. Why? Is because that is what the management team has thrown out there. Over the next decade, SoFi is going to be building a disruptor company that is going to shake up the banking industry and is going to reshape every single bank on the planet. I'm not a fan of banks. I never have been. And I feel very good with everything that SoFi is doing, that they are the mother of all disruptor companies. So I ended up buying shares of SoFi all the way back during 2024. Nobody wanted it. I got to 1,500 shares, which is what I wanted to build for a position, and the stock just kept going down to Chinatown. I accumulated an extra 142 shares. On my private account, I'm done buying SoFi unless the stock goes below $10. Sure, maybe I'll add some more to that profile, but I don't really see that necessarily happening. Same exact thing on my public account for this YouTube channel. So I'm doing a public account challenge, taking this amount to 6 figures in the course of 17 months. I got some rules in place for myself, and it's already officially begun since January 2nd of this year. But SoFi on this profile, I was buying during Liberation Day of last year. And I ended up picking up about 350 something shares. And I've been slowly adding to my position here, averaging up. Not to mention my SoFi position on this public account was actually over 120%, I believe, a couple months ago. Pretty funny. Nightmare, why didn't you sell? Run with the money. Because that's not my plan. However, it is my plan to pick up bonus shares of SoFi. And I ended up buying some more shares of SoFi a couple days ago. Last week, I was buying a couple shares of SoFi too. I feel very comfortable with the amount of SoFi shares that I have now. But after seeing how much Anthony bought, I really want to buy more shares. That's what I'm personally thinking in my own brain. So what is my game plan with SoFi? So I did map out on the screen here on TradingView where Anthony Noto pretty much came in. 1788. Now, Anthony Noto has a history of doing multiple buys. Anthony Noto stated in 2024, he stated this live. Anything below $7, I'm going to be buying shares of. So guess what I did? SoFi dipped below $7. I bought shares. Yeah, I'm so glad that I did. It was a little scary, I'm not going to lie. It's like, oh man, this stock just continues to go down. And then guess what ended up happening? Hey, Anthony Noto just bought $200,000 worth of stock. So, I don't know what level Anthony is really thinking, but history shows that Anthony does not do just one buy and says, hey, I'm done buying. The guy typically is very punctual and consistent, kind of like me. He does things pretty much in clusters. And he did state in an interview that SoFi should honestly be really trading in the high 20s. I believe $26, $27 is what he said. So, I mean, theoretically, let's go ahead and map out some stuff here. You just pretty much have from where Anthony bought, if we go ahead and look, if TradingView is going to actually let me do this, come on, man. If we go down to 20, let's say 20, yeah, it's 26.70. So right now, if SoFi gets to $26.70 in whatever time, yes, SoFi will get back to high 20s. No doubt about it. We are in a SoFi crash right now. Anthony Noto will make $500,000. Isn't that unbelievable? If you bought into SoFi at the same time as Anthony, or even like right now, the stock is up by 3%, but still, you want to go to what SoFi is trading at right now, which is right below 19 bucks. You go ahead and get to 26.70. You are at a 40% upside. The stock has been pulverized, let alone the entire semis and software industry as well. AI fears, no interest rate cuts. That's why SoFi ended up crashing. Semis obviously is AI fears. Same thing with software companies as well too. So software in the sense as Palantir, Adobe, even Salesforce I'm tracking now, Microsoft too, fintechs, SoFi, pain palettes in its own friggin' world. AMD, obviously Nvidia, crashing down. But it really is remarkable how we have a management team at SoFi that actually executes quarter over quarter, and the guy is willing to take his own money and put it into the stock, into the company. What does that say? That tells you that, hold on. It tells you that the stock over the long term is undervalued now, and it's gonna go much higher in the long term. So if you're a long-term investor, I mean, this just puts a smile on my face. It should put a smile on your face. Now, why am I not buying very heavy? I got shares out the wazoo. Okay, I really do. But I will say this. If SoFi, because my buying level of where I've been buying SoFi for me, I've been buying SoFi every single time we get down into a dollar range. So when SoFi was getting below 20 bucks, I started nibbling in shares again. Then it got down to 19. I bought more. 18, bought more. 17, bought more on Monday. So if SoFi, I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, I theoretically could throw $1,000 right now at SoFi, and it goes to the high 20. I mean, I make 400 bucks. But once again, I got SoFi shares coming out of my wazoo. Now, what is holding up the market from really doing a very swift recovery? It's really Iran now. It's really what is happening in the Middle East. Earnings are over with. We're not going to be getting a rate cut anytime soon. Maybe the new Fed chair who comes in, maybe we're going to be getting a rate cut. Who knows? Maybe he wants to be on Donald Trump's good side, so he may throw us a bone. But, I mean, overall, it's really just what is happening in the Middle East. However, I said this in yesterday's video. The stocks that I cover on this channel and that I am doing my account challenge on, we've already been obliterated. We've already been beaten down. Like, it's getting harder to keep these stocks to go down. So what is going down in the other market? Well, basically all the other small cap stocks that have pretty much ran up while the big stocks had gone down, they're getting hit the most. But we are seeing some solid green among definitely a little bit of recovery. In SaaS, primarily, Adobe is having a very nice recovery here. Same thing with it, Palantir. I mean, sure, it's less than 1%, but obviously it's not experiencing a massive push down like in the last couple months. So we are seeing somewhat of like a bottom really in place. As for SoFi, this is really a tough one because SoFi really started to trend with the assumption of rate cuts in the last couple months. And this is one of the reasons why, in my opinion, that we are in a crash. It's going to get to a point where the numbers are just going to be so undervalued that Wall Street is going to wake up and saying, okay, this is friggin' stupid here. And maybe we trend just in the low 20s. Maybe we stay below 20 up until earnings. But this earnings that is going to be coming up very soon is going to be a friggin' blowout. A blowout of earnings. We got Adobe's earnings coming up next week. I'm going to be actually buying probably some Adobe shares, especially if they definitely flop on earnings. I don't believe Adobe's going to flop on earnings, but can the stock price flop on earnings? Oh, yeah. The stock price can definitely flop on earnings. Let me go ahead and say that. The company is unfriggin' believable. I love Adobe. I use Adobe products every day. I'm sure you do too. This whole fear that AI is going to make all these companies just go away, it's the dumbest thing on the planet. And if you buy into that BS, you got to really grab your balls and understand that you are being played by the hidden hand that wants you to sell out of your shares and that wants you to walk away from great opportunities. Adobe is one just so crazily beaten down. It's not even funny. But this company is going to be doing great earnings all throughout this year, let alone next year too. And their CEO has stated in multiple earnings calls, we see no disturbance from AI. Wait until all these software companies start saying, hey, AI is actually accelerating our revenue growth. Oh! What's going to end up happening then? You're going to go from AI fears to AI hypes. It's going to happen very quickly. So as for some other stock that I did buy today, like I said, I bought another AMD share. Anytime that AMD goes below 190 bucks, I'm going to be a buyer of shares. I have a massive AMD position on this public account, also in my private account as well too. I'm a raving AMD bull too. My next personal buy point of AMD is honestly going to probably be the mid 180s. I do have a relatively large size AMD, but I mean, hey, I'll pick up some more bonus shares. The company is about ready to do great things, and their revenue growth is going to accelerate. The amount of deals that they're going to have, and Lisa Su is a baller. So I feel very confident picking up bonus shares of AMD. SoFi, like I said, if we go ahead and get into the low 18s or high 17s, I'm probably going to go a little heavy on SoFi, just because Anthony Noto, when you have a CEO that came in with such a buy, it basically pretty much signals, hey, your leader has your back. This is a bottom and we are undervalued. So 1788 could very well maybe near a bottom, or it could be the bottom. We don't know yet. As for other stock that I do own, like I said, I'm still picking up Hood. Why did I buy Hood? Anytime Hood goes below 75 bucks, I'm going to pick up some shares. Have a pretty decent sized position here at Hood, but I definitely want to build the position size up, because as soon as Bitcoin is done going through a little recessionary pissant period, then we're going to very much be on a roller coaster once again. So on a closing note, to really wrap this video up, a little shorter video than normal, I just want to say for any retail investor in the SoFi community that watches me, understand that this is a phenomenal thing when you have the CEO buy your stock. I remember during 2024 when Anthony Noto was buying shares, there were people on X that was actually putting Anthony Noto down. They were actually putting the guy down, saying this guy's wasting his own money by buying his own company. Like, yeah, you are a loony bin. And that is when you know that you are on a great road to the moolah, is when you have a management team and a CEO executing and also buying his own stock, and the stock price is undervalued and people are making fun of you when you're buying. I don't know if there's any people on X that because the overwhelming support right now and rally in the SoFi community is actually pretty strong. So let's go ahead and see if we actually get a rally out of this. We very well could rally from this. Time will tell. Oh, and on a super duper closing note, a couple of you all have actually asked me this question, because I am very open on this channel. I am a veteran. I did 15 years in some change in the United States Marine Corps, 2007 up until November 22nd, 2022. I'm an Afghan vet, Marine Corps infantry. What is my opinion of what is going on in the Middle East? Well, I will say that my opinion over time has really changed, but my opinion on war in general right now is nothing good. War is not good. It's nothing good comes out of it. Iraq and Afghanistan seemed like such a great idea at the time, but I mean, we stayed in Afghanistan for 20 years and people died for nothing. I wasted my time in that country for absolutely nothing. Nothing. Same thing with Iraq was an utter mess when we got kicked out in 2011, and then ISIS emerged and we had to actually go back in and service members died once again. So I myself, along with many, many other people that truly love our nation, because I really do love America. I am sick and tired of seeing war, but I will say that if you go ahead and think about it in a politician point of view, if this does not end very quickly, the midterms are going to be a slaughter fest for the Trump administration, and the Republicans are going to lose big in 2028. So I don't believe that Donald Trump is going to let this carry on for the long term. And I truly believe that this is probably going to be over maybe April, which ironically is Liberation Day 2.0 once again. We had a nasty first half of last year, and we are probably going to have a nasty first half of this year too. But if this continues into midterms, it is stupid and it's a very big problem. Now, do I think that's a good thing or bad thing? Well, there's no U.S. service members on the ground. That is a really good thing. A handful of service members have been killed and wounded. That's not good at all. And it really renders if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Time will tell. The results are going to speak for themselves, and the results of Afghanistan for 20 years, when you have had a tremendous amount of people die for nothing, those results were terrible. And same exact thing for Iraq as well, too. I mean, Iraq, they're doing trade deals with China. Yeah, that's right, our enemy, China. Unbelievable, right? We liberated Iraq, spent trillions of dollars, and they're doing trade deals right now with China. Unbelievable, right? So my personal opinion on what's going on in Iran, it's a good thing that the regime is pretty much over, but what's going to come out of it? Because regime changes, they don't really work a lot of the times in our best interest. So we really got to look at the results, but this stuff needs to be done ASAP, because a lot of people are saying this is not what they voted for. And I mean, yeah, like me personally, I will never, ever, ever support actual war ever again. I supported the Bushes and the Cheneys growing up as a kid. That was a total mistake. And I mean, yeah, like supporting war, it doesn't do good things. A lot of people die, and a lot of innocent people die as well too. So that's really my whole opinion. Time will tell. But if this continues into midterms, this is utter nonsense. Oh, yes, indeedy. Otherwise, like I said, if you enjoy my content, definitely drop a like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you all tomorrow on a brand new video. Stay classy, SoFi. Oh, man, so happy, yeah. All right, let's see what happens tomorrow, everyone. Later.